Hi, everybody. Welcome to Siena. Good Thursday night to you, and welcome to Game 1 of the third round of the state baseball playoffs. The Ridgepoint Panthers taking on the Tompkins Falcons out of Katy on VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County sports. What a matchup we've got here, and I'm expecting that this thing will go to Saturday night. It's going to be 3 straight nights of a game at 7 o'clock, and the Tompkins Falcons have been ranked high in the state polls all throughout the season. Ridgepoint has kind of moved its way up. Ridgepoint is ranked 5th. Tompkins ranked even higher than that. They are ranked number 2 in the state of Texas in Class 6A behind Rockwall Heath. We'll get you set up for this ball game with the Batter Up Show, and we'll bring you visits with both head coaches here on VypeFortBend.com. Our coverage is brought to you by Xfinity, the future of awesome, Archer Volkswagen, the Needville Insurance Agency, and First Tyrant Automotive with 4 great Fort Bend County locations. We'll be right back on VypeFortBend.com with our visit with the head coach of the Tompkins Falcons, Kyle Humphreys, when we continue.
Coming in at 5'3", it's number 1 mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3-for-1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Welcome, everybody, to the Batter Up Show as it's Game 1 on VypeFortBend.com. The Ridgepoint Panthers hosting the Tompkins Falcons. It's time to visit with Kyle Humphreys, the Falcons head coach, and your team's just had a marvelous year. What's been the secret to it, and has your team performed maybe even better than you thought, or did you think they were going to be this good?
I really had no idea going into it. I knew that our pitching staff was going to have to step up and pitch really well for us, and I think, to be honest, that's been the key to our success because, you know, our lineup is going to score runs. We're gonna battle. We're gonna get in there and have good at bats. We're gonna make the other pitcher work, and our pitching is what's really kept us in the game, to be honest with you.
Now, I know that rankings don't really mean anything. I mean, all that matters is whether you perform and play well enough to win in the postseason. But would you say that maybe last week it might have done your team some good to play in a third game? Because Ridgepoint, I don't know if they would never answer this, but I don't know if they expected to play a third game in their opening series against Seven Lakes. How does that kind of galvanize a team?
Well, I think, you know, last week we played a good Lamar team. Every single game was tight, to be honest with you. And so I think that was good for us to be in those situations, to have a little bit of pressure on yourself, you know, when you're on defense or up at the plate, be able to come from behind, you know, and score runs. And that's going to, you know, hold a difference, you know, in the upcoming games, I think, you know, having been there before, having, you know, come up to the plate when you got a guy in scoring position with 2 outs and you know, you got to get that timely hit.
Well, your team certainly came through in the clutch when they needed to, even though they had been trailing for a while in that Game 3. Now let's talk about who you're going to put on the mound for Game 1. Esparza's numbers are really awesome. What makes him special?
He's a guy that's going to go right at guys. He's going to throw a lot of strikes. He's been doing it very consistently. He attacks hitters. You know, he throws multiple pitches, but you know, he gives us a good chance to win. You know, hopefully we hit behind him and play good defense. Usually the other team's going to put the ball in play off him, but he's a command guy. He's a guy that's going to hit spots, and he's going to be able to pitch.
We're with Kyle Humphreys. I'm going to give you one more question because I expect to talk to you tomorrow. If you'll give me the time again, and of course there might be a third conversation as well. That's certainly a possibility. You've been coaching a long time, and we've had kind of a unique spring. Very, very little rain. There are a lot of hard surfaces because everything is so dry. Is there anything that you talk to with your team going into a game where you know a ball is probably going to bounce higher than it normally does?
The other team's got to play on the same field. That's kind of how we look at it. Our field's pretty dry, to be honest with you. So, our field is sand-based. I don't know what we have here, but usually this time of year, a lot of the fields are a little bit drier. Past week and a half, we haven't had a whole lot of rain, so that's probably expected. Coming into this game, we know that the wind usually blows in here. We know it's expected approach-wise at the plate. You're going to have to hit line drives. You're going to have to take some kneecaps off when you're up at the plate. This is a team that we're playing that plays a little bit of small ball, and we expect that. This is their type of environment right here, and we're going to have to play good defense. This is a good team we're playing.
All right. Well, it's great to spend the time with you, and it's an honor to broadcast this game because I think these are two excellent programs, and both are going to give no quarter, no doubt about it.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Coach Humphreys, and we'll be back with Clinton Welch of Ridge Point when we return on VypeFortBend.com Batter Up Show.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavenall with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn with Horn Solutions. We agree with energy analysts that the energy market has stabilized. We anticipate significant merger and acquisition activity. Good resources are scarce. Horn Solutions is positioned to assist you in accounting, finance, IT, and supply chain. Our staff can assist you with outsourcing, or we can supply you with resources to join your staff. Visit hornsolutions.net for details.
Gary Horn is a highly successful businessman who has made a huge impact in people's lives, and he loves what he does for a living. That's a big reason why Gary Horn and Horn Solutions support Get a Great Gig. Get a Great Gig is a free job search consultation service that will help you find a job you love, whether it's to make more money or get personal fulfillment in the career of your choice. Email them at getagreatgig@gmail.com or on Twitter at getgreatgigs.
Welcome back to the Batter Up Show. It's VypeFortBend.com, and we're in the third round of the Class 6A UIL baseball playoffs. Ridge Point at home tonight taking on Tompkins, and we're with Clinton Welch, head coach of the Panthers. And in the first 2 series of these playoffs, you have gone with Hunter Nichols, but now it's going to be Kellen Gradisar. What is it that makes you make him the choice for game number 1?
Well, there's no particular reason. All 3 guys are equally good. Just who we went with. There's no great reason why we picked him or saved Hunter for tomorrow. It's just the route we chose this week.
Well, looking at their pitching staff, they obviously have a lot of great talent, and I don't suppose you know who they're going to put on the mound.
I have no idea. They've been throwing one of the righties game 1, but that doesn't, mean they'll do that today. They've been saving the lefty for game 2, so we'll see here in a little bit.
Do you change your routine, your practice routine at all, or is it just the same? Because now we're on that rhythm where there is no Tuesday game, and is there anything different that you do when you're preparing for a playoff series?
Really, the only thing we do different, traditionally during district, we have a scrimmage on Thursdays, so during the playoffs we bump that up to Tuesdays, and we cut practice hours back substantially by round 2 of district anyway, so our practices are pretty quick, get a lot of it done during the athletic period, but short practices and move a scrimmage up, everything else is identical.
Well, I would ask you if your job and if your players' responsibilities of getting ready for these games is just a little bit more enjoyable because you get past the state-mandated tests and you're able to kind of maybe not spend quite as many hours on being an educator when you get to this point in the season? Does that kind of enter into everything for you?
It is definitely better to get rid of prom and get rid of state testing, just because when you go into a playoff meeting, that's two variables you don't have to encounter anymore. Although Katy does have, I know Katy High and Katy Taylor both had graduation Thursday, Friday this week, so they still had some issues. But it's definitely better to be able to plan without those two distractions.
And finally, Coach, whenever you get into the first round of the playoffs, teams from 26A always play teams from 19-6A, and the fact that Katy still has 3 teams from its district in the playoffs, what does that say about the quality of the district that you're matched up with?
Well, Katy historically has always been pretty deep with talented teams and good coaches, so it's not unusual. They typically do have a couple of teams left when we get to the quarterfinals, so we're kind of accustomed to it.
All right, well, we certainly wish you the best of luck tonight, and we'll be with the Panthers every game of this series, so good luck tonight, Coach.
All right, thank you, Roger.
We'll be back with the starting lineups. That's Clinton Welch, head coach of the Panthers, and we'll be taking on Tompkins just momentarily at the top of the hour. Roger Smith with you on VypeFortBend.com. Our coverage is brought to you tonight by Xfinity, the future of awesome. Also by First Tire and Automotive, Archer Volkswagen, and the Needville Insurance Agency. We'll be right back on VypeFortBend.com.
First Tire and Automotive, serving Fort Bend County drivers for over 20 years, salutes and congratulates the graduating class of 2022. Wherever the road takes you, you can be sure that you'll need professional auto care along the way. First Tire and Automotive's 4 locations throughout Fort Bend County are the perfect pit stops for all of your auto repair and maintenance needs. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for great savings. The First Tire and Automotive technicians can fix all problems on any make or model. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
I'll never forget the day I decided to go out for the football team. Mr. Banks, the JV football coach and my history teacher, asked me to stay after class. I thought I was in trouble. He said, "Hey, Darius, have you thought about going out for football? I think you'd be great." Fact is, I never played football. Fact is, I never had anyone tell me I'd be great at something. So, with no experience at all, I signed up. And a week later, I padded up and was running drills on the field. I never was great, but playing high school sports was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I was accepted by my teammates, and I learned that when someone believes in you, you can believe in yourself.
Encourage a student you know to take part in a high school sport. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Don't miss the UIL Baseball State Championship starting Wednesday, June 8th at UFCU Disch-Falk Field in Austin and Dell Diamond in Round Rock. Ticket information and more can be found at uiltexas.org. Here's the starting lineup for the visiting Tompkins Falcons. Cash Russell leads it off and plays second base. Batting second, it's Jace Laviolette in center field. Jack Little, the first baseman, bats third. Batting in the cleanup spot, shortstop Drew Markle. Ty Dagley in left field bats fifth. The catcher is Landon West and bats sixth. Batting seventh, it is third baseman Adam Benavides. And in the eighth spot, it's the designated hitter Cooper Markle, and he's batting in place of the starting pitcher Trevor Esparza. And in the ninth spot, it is Tyler Brownlee, and he is playing right field for the visiting Tompkins Falcons. And here are your starting lineups for the Ridgepoint Panthers. And I'm going to save the best for last because what an inspiring story when you hear the starting lineup for the Panthers. I think they're going to introduce everyone, or they might go ahead and do the Star-Spangled Banner. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give you the starting lineup for Ridgepoint. I think that's what we're going to do. Zion Stevens leads off and plays second base. Or hold on a second. We'll be back.
Coming in at 5'3", it's number one mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3-for-1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
All right, before that last break, we told you the lineup for Tompkins. Now for Ridgepoint. Zion Stevens leading off and playing second base. Parker Martin at third base, bats second. Justin Vossas is at shortstop and bats third. At first base and batting cleanup, it is Travis Vlasic. J.J. Kennett, the catcher, bats in the 5 spot. Batting sixth, it's left fielder Carter Groen. Owen Ferris in right field, bats seventh. Batting eighth, the designated hitter Will Baker, and he's batting in place of the starting pitcher, right-hander Kellen Gradisar. And guess who is starting in the 9 spot and playing center field? It is Mason Dossett. Mason, in the very first playoff game of 2022, ran smack into the metal fence at Seven Lakes. He didn't even slow down. He made a spectacular catch in a game that Ridgepoint actually ended up losing by a score of 5-0. But of course, they rescued that series by winning twice on Saturday during the first round weekend. And that's why they made it to second round, in which case they swept the Westside Wolves, and now here they are taking on the number 2 team, another 2 team in the state, the Tompkins Falcons. So Kellen Gradisar, well, he started and won Game 2 against Westside, and that clinched it last Friday night. He also started a game and got the complete game win in Game 2 against Seven Lakes, a game that the Panthers had to have. 2-0 is his record with an ERA of 0.93. He's thrown 13 postseason innings. In those 2 starts, he threw 89 pitches the first time and then 99 the second. He threw over 60% strikes in both of those starts. 12 hits allowed in the 13 innings, 3 runs. 2 of those earned, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, and no long balls allowed. And when they introduce Mason Dossett, I want you to hear the crowd.
Center field, number 15, Mason Dossett. And right field, number 2, Owen Ferris. The designated hitter tonight.
All right, now we got our magic mic in.
Baker, behind the plate catching number 4, J.J. Kennett. And on the mound for your Ridgepoint Panthers, number 22, Kellen Gradisar.
All right, we're just about ready to rock, and the first hitter for these Tompkins Falcons will be number 1 on your jersey and number 1 in the lineup, Cash Russell, the second baseman, and here we go. Righty versus righty to start it off. Cash Russell is 4 for 19 in these playoffs. He's got 1 RBI, and Gradisar starts him with a breaking ball, and it looked pretty good, but it's down, and that's ball 1. If you're joining us on VypeFortBend.com for the first time, welcome in. We're going to make sure that you have a good time. Gradisar brings the 1-0, and that's a hard ground ball through the left side of the infield, and it's a single to lead off for Cash Russell. Kind of had eyes. It wasn't hit all that hard, but it got between Justin Vossas and Parker Martin on the left side. Now Jace Laviolette, and this guy is a stud, no question about it. He can do everything with the bat and with the glove. Jace Laviolette has hit homers in both games 1 and 2 against Lamar. He's a lefty hitter, and Gradisar is going to have to pitch him carefully. Slightly open stance, first pitch. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. Strike one on Jace Laviolette. We've got a fairly hard wind blowing in from right field, and that's not uncommon here at Ridge Point. There's a quick throw over. Almost got Cash Russell leaning the wrong way. Russell, by the way, is 2 for 2 stealing bases in the postseason. I think you can hear the wind. And there's another quick throw over, and even though he's a right-hander, Gradisar is very quick with that move. 0-1 the count on Laviolette. Here's the 0-1. That pitch is down. Laviolette not chasing. So the winner of this series is going to get either Clear Creek or Pearland, and we've got scouts from both of those schools in the ballpark tonight. Gradisar comes set. Here's the pitch. And that is a fly ball to center field. Dossett moving over and moving in, and he makes the catch. Mason Dossett back in the lineup, and on his first defensive chance, looks like he never left. And the fans are really rooting for Mason Dossett. Now Jack Little, the first baseman. Jack has a triple and 2 doubles in the playoffs. 5 out of 12 with 3 RBIs. Strong right-handed hitter. Gradisar has been paying a lot of attention to Russell, and he throws over again. Travis Vlasic applies the tag in the infield for your Ridge Point Panthers. Travis Vlasic at first, Zion Stevens at second, Justin Vossas at shortstop, and Parker Martin is the third baseman. It's J.J. Kennett behind the plate. Still waiting on the first pitch to Jack Little as there's another throw over. In the outfield, left fielder Carter Groen, Mason Dossett in center, and Owen Ferris in right. At Ridge Point, it's 315 feet down each of the lines, 345 feet to both power alleys, 370 to straightaway center. Breaking ball down and out, and it's 1-0 on Jack Little. And there was another quick throw over as soon as Gradisar received a return throw from Kennett. He chunked it over there. They're playing Little pretty much straight away in the outfield, just very slightly to pull. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Beautiful paint job by Gradisar. And that evens the count 1-0. Or 1-1. 1-0 is not even, is it? Gradisar, another quick throw over. I noticed that he can make that quick move where he does not come set. Now, you have to come set if you're going to pitch, but not necessarily on a pickoff move. Breaking ball just outside. J.J. Kennett, the catcher, steps out in front of the plate and tells Gradisar that's exactly where he wanted the ball to go. Just trying to get a chase from Little, but he didn't get it. And it's 2-1. Open stance for a powerful right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right up the middle. Vossas cannot get to it. It kind of took a high hop off the mound and quickly bounded with a lot of topspin into center field. And that's the second single of inning number 1. Jack Little is on. Cash Russell moves to second. And now it is Drew Markle, their shortstop.
Number 9, Markle.
Markle is 5 for 17, 3 RBIs, 2 walks. And I will say that Drew Markle and his brother Cooper and their family are the only Markles that matter in this world. Gradisar looks back at Cash Russell leading off second, breaking ball outside. Very close to Drew Markle, who is blonde, but unlike a lot of baseball players I've seen the last couple of weeks, he is not peroxide fake bleach blonde. Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0 on Drew Markle. Bright sunshine is still coming over the first base stands. That's the home side for the Panthers. And before he throws the 2-0, Gradisar steps off. Tompkins is 29-2. They were 11-1 in their district games. They finished 2 games ahead of the Katy Tigers in District 19-6A. Here's the 2-0, and that's upstairs, 3-0 on Drew Markle. Gradisar having to throw a lot of pitches here in the first inning. You don't want to play catch-up against the Tompkins Falcons. Here's the 3-0. In there for a strike, and Markle started to throw his bat back towards the dugout, but I can't imagine why. I mean, it was a beauty. Right down Waters Lake Road for strike 1. Gradisar ready to bring the 3-1. Here it comes. That's on the outside corner, and this time Markle threw the bat about 30 feet. But he is not going to first, at least not yet. It's 3-2. And the Ridgepoint fans are giving him the business. You know, it's a good idea just to wait until you hear the umpire say ball 4 or take your base. All right, if Gradisar can get him here, that would be a huge victory after falling behind 3-0. The payoff pitch fouled straight back into the net. And as soon as the game began, it seems like the wind died down a little bit. Praise the Lord. Gradisar looks over at the dugout. Our game time temperature, 84 degrees. Gradisar looks back at second before he throws another 3-2 pitch. Brings it to Markle, and that's high in the air, going foul on the right side beyond the Ridgepoint bullpen. Here at Ridgepoint, they have added a little bit extra bleacher seating down the first base side beyond the Ridgepoint bullpen, and it's full of people. And there are a few people that couldn't even get a seat there, and they have lawn chairs. All right, here comes another 3-2. Pitch on the way. And it is sprayed down the right side, and that lands right in front of those bleacher people. Somebody comes out of the Ridgepoint dugout to go fetch that ball. And he's wearing a number I have not seen on the varsity roster yet. All right, Gradisar keeps working on Drew Markle. Here's the 3-2. High in the air, Carter Groen ranging back, calling for it, moving toward the foul line. Wow, that was in the air a long time. He makes the catch. There are 2 outs and still runners at first and second. You got to watch the ball every minute because even though down here at ground level, the wind doesn't seem to be blowing quite as hard up in the air, you just never know what it's going to do. And now Ty Dagley, left fielder for these Falcons, 4 for 15 in the postseason. He's got 5 RBIs, and that leads the team in that category. He's also scored 4 runs, and that's tied for second on the team. Actually tied for third because 2 guys have 5. First pitch to the left-handed hitter, curveball in there, right at belt high. So Gradisar gave up a single to Cash Russell after getting Jace Laviolette to line out. He got a fly ball, or another single, gave up the single to Jack Little, and then Markle flied out. And he's working on Ty Dagley. Tompkins with a pretty healthy dose of left-handed hitters in their lineup. Dagley crowds the plate from the left-handed box and fouls one off, and he's down 0-2. Big crowd from Ridgepoint, and it made it easy because football players just finished a spring training practice. And so, why not hang out or maybe run to Whataburger and then come back? 0-2 the count on Dagley. Gradisar brings it. There's a fly ball toward left field. Groen ranging over and got it. So a little bit of trouble here in the top of the first, but no damage done. Gradisar gets out of it. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com. Nothing for Tompkins and the Ridgepoint Panthers coming to bat.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
First Tire Automotive, serving Fort Bend County drivers for over 20 years, salutes and congratulates the graduating class of 2022. Wherever the road takes you, you can be sure that you'll need professional auto care along the way. First Tire Automotive's 4 locations throughout Fort Bend County are the perfect pit stops for all of your auto repair and maintenance needs. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for great savings. The First Tire Automotive technicians can fix all problems on any make or model. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireAndAuto.com.
Right-hander Trevor Esparza on the mound for the Tompkins Falcons. And he'll face Zion Stevens, Parker Martin, and Justin Vasas. Here are the numbers on Trevor Esparza. He's 2-0 in the postseason with an ERA of .0 nada. He started and won a complete game, a shutout against Lamar in Game 1. That was last week. And in the first round, he started and won a complete game shutout against Elkins. And that was a 12-0 game, but it really doesn't tell the whole story because Elkins was very much in it until the 6th inning when they gave up 6 runs. I believe they had only given up 3 to that point, and they ended up losing by a score of 12-0. So Esparza in 14 innings has given up 8 hits, no runs of any kind. He struck out 14 and walked 4. In that first game against Elkins, he threw 108 pitches, and he threw 96 to get the victory over Lamar in the previous series. Here's the throw down by the catcher, Landon West. Jack Little is at first base for Tompkins. Cash Russell at at second base. Drew Markle at shortstop. Adam Benavides in third base. It's Dagley in left field, Laviolette in center, and Tyler Brownlee in right field. Now Zion Stevens. His name sounds like heaven, but I think he's ready to unleash hell.
Second baseman number 1, Zion
In the clinching
Stevens.
game on Friday night where Ridgepoint took out Westside, he was the only member of the starting lineup who did not have a hit. But, wreaking havoc as a hitter is very difficult when you're taking on Trevor Esparza. Righty versus righty, and here's the offensive part of the game for Ridgepoint. First pitch on the way. High in the air. It's going to hang up, however, for the center fielder Laviolette, but he gives way to Dagley, the left fielder. And that's 1 out after 1 pitch. I've noticed that Stevens has been swinging at the first pitch a lot. Now it is Parker Martin. He's hitting .286 in the postseason.
Third baseman number 10, Parker Martin.
4 for 14. Lefty hitter facing Trevor Esparza. Tompkins wearing the dark blue jerseys. White letters and numerals trimmed in red. Pitch on the way to Martin, and he takes the strike. A fastball from Esparza. Tompkins also wearing the white pants with the navy blue pinstripes. Ridgepoint wearing the all-white jersey tops and pants, accented in purple. And there's a ground ball up the middle. To his right is the second baseman. Russell makes the stab and throws across to Little, and there are quickly 2 outs. So now we'll see if Justin Vasas can get something going with 2 outs.
Justin Vasas.
Vasas just having an awesome postseason, hitting .471 as he is 8 for 17. He's driven in 5 runs, and that leads the team. And he hasn't walked. I'm kind of surprised at that. First pitch to him, outside and high, ball 1. You would think that they would pitch Vasas carefully, but no one has gotten to ball 4 yet in the postseason. Here's the 1-0, and that is lined towards shortstop and grabbed by Drew Markle. That is a very brief inning, 4 pitches only thrown by Esparza, and we'll be back with the second inning. No score between Tompkins and Ridgepoint.
Live by our good friend Roger Smith on VypeFortBend.com, your home for Fort Bend County sports. Pop in your earbuds and listen to it right here inside the ballpark. Plus, you can listen to it later on the podcast, absolutely free at VypeFortBend.com.
Coming in at 5'3", it's number 1 mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3-for-1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
We mean everything. We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
We want to thank the folks at Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land, taking care of business every day so we can bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. Landon West, catcher for Tompkins, leads off here in the top of the second, and he fouls off the first pitch right off the end of the bat, 0-1, as Kellen Gradisar tries to keep Tompkins off the board for a second consecutive inning. He winds and brings the 0-1. Breaking ball that's down. West started to pull the trigger, but not quite. He's 2 for 16 in the postseason with 2 runs driven in. He does have a double, however. 1-1. It's a one-hopper to Parker Martin at third. High throw, but Vlasic jumps up and grabs it, lands on the bag, and there's 1 out. Parker Martin having to fight the sun. The sun is still going to be with us for another 15 minutes or so for the folks on the left side of the field. Now Adam Benavides, third baseman, 3 for 11 with 5 runs driven in the postseason. First pitch is a breaking ball, down and away. The lean right-hander Kellen Gradisar starting in game 1. There's a ground ball. Vasas backhands it, goes to one knee, throws across in time. Beautiful play by JV. All in one very graceful motion, going to one knee, setting and firing to Travis Vlasic.
Markle.
Now here is Cooper Markle, Drew's brother and the DH, batting in place of Trevor Esparza. And yet another left-handed hitter. Gradisar looking very stoic, gets the sign he wants and brings it just outside. In the previous two series, Hunter Nichols had been the starter for game one for Ridgepoint, but they're mixing things up a little bit. Gradisar ready to bring the 1-0 in there for a strike, tailing away from the left-handed hitting Cooper Markle. Here comes the 1-1. Checked his swing. They checked with a third base umpire, and he said yes, he went around. It's 1-2. Gradisar ready, rocks and brings the 1-2. And that's a liner right to Parker Martin. Easy play for the hot corner man, and there you go. We'll be back. No score after 1.5. Ridgepoint and Tompkins.
First Iron Automotive, serving Fort Bend County drivers for over 20 years, salutes and congratulates the graduating class of 2022. Wherever the road takes you, you can be sure that you'll need professional auto care along the way. First Iron Automotive's 4 locations throughout Fort Bend County are the perfect pit stops for all of your auto repair and maintenance needs. Check out the website firstironauto.com for great savings. The First Iron Automotive technicians can fix all problems on any make or model. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireAuto.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most respected broadcast and live stream networks in the state of Texas. Vype Live broadcasts any sport you can think of for youngsters of any age, from Pee Wee and Pop Warner to high school, club, college, semi-pro, and beyond. We also broadcast plenty of academic, fine arts, and community-related events as well, and now as partners with Flow Sports. Email us at info@vypemedia.com to find out more. Vype Live. We bring your teams to you.
Leading off the bottom of the second for Ridgepoint, first baseman number 16, Travis Vlasic.
After Travis Vlasic, it'll be J.J. Kennett and Carter Groen. Facing Esparza, who retired Ridgepoint 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. Vlasic hitting .294 in the postseason, 5 for 17 with 2 RBIs, and Esparza brings it upstairs with a curve, 1-0. Vlasic has a double. Ridgepoint has played 5 postseason games. Falcons have played 4. There's a ground ball to second. Easy play for Cash Russell. Scoops it up and takes his time. Throws over to Little, 1 out. Well, Ridgepoint is really not doing anything to this point to make Esparza work for anything. Everybody has swung at either the first or the second pitch. Now J.J. Kennett. J.J. is 3 for 14 in his postseason games. He's got a double. And no strikeouts. Pretty amazing for J.J. I mean, every available at bat, he's been up there, and he has not failed to put it in play every time. And I think J.J. asked for time. I think he's possibly trying to break up Esparza's rhythm just a bit. Here comes the pitch. Strike at the letters on the outside corner. So we said earlier that Tompkins is 29-2 and 11-1 in their district games, finishing 2 games ahead of Katy. Here's a pitch upstairs to Kennett. It's 1-1. Ridgepoint is 29-4. They were 13-1 in District 26A. They finished 3 games ahead of Travis, George Ranch, and Elkins. Esparza nods and brings the 1-1. Checking his swing was Kennett, and they appeal to first base. The umpire says no swing, 2-1. And by the way, Austin Bulldogs fans, I know you're listening tonight. Yes, you were the only team to defeat Ridgepoint in district play with a masterful 1-0 shutout on April the 12th. Kennett fouls one out of play to the right. Yes, Ryan Dugas, I know you're waiting to hear your name. Yes, you were the architect of that shutout as Austin won in a walk-off, 1-0. 2-2 the count. Kennett ready, watches one bounce in, and it's 3-2. JJ steps out, slightly open stance, right-handed box. Esparza shakes off a sign, now brings it high in the air, and it's the center fielder, Laviolette, circling under it and makes the catch. And a couple of balls hit to the outfield have been up there, long enough where they could have been burned on re-entry.
Now batting, left fielder, number 17, Carter Groen.
Now Carter Groen, 2 doubles in the postseason. He's 3 for 17. He really wants more hits, but he was the hero in Game 1 of the series against Westside with a sacrifice fly that won it 2-1 for Ridgepoint. Esparza rocks in, brings him the first one, breaking ball away. 1-0. Glad you're with us on VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County sports. 1-0 pitch, fouled back and to the right. Out of play, Groen with a 1-1 count. Tompkins fans, just saying, you have never lost a postseason series when we've broadcasted it on VypeFortBend.com. Here's the 1-1. That is hit deep to left center field. Laviolette going way back, ranging back, and he makes the catch. That kid's got good closing speed. Tough to get one past him. Okay. 3 up and 3 down again as Esparza making pretty quick work thus far. The Ridgepoint Panthers will go to the third. No score between the Falcons and your Ridgepoint Panthers. We'll be back on the hard-scrabble streets of Siena in just a moment.
Coming in at 5'3", it's number 1 mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3-for-1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Texas. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Tyler Brownlee leads it off for Tompkins. He's the number 9 hitter, then back to the top. Cash, Russell, and Jace Laviolette. Gradisar's first pitch is high for a ball. Don't miss the UIL Baseball State Championship starting Wednesday, June 8th at UFCU Disch-Falk Field in Austin and Dell Diamond in Round Rock. Ticket information and more can be found at uiltexas.org. Here's the 1-0 from Gradisar. Looked very good, and Kennett framed it, but it doesn't get the call. 2-0 is the count on Tyler Brownlee. He's 3 for 12 in the playoffs with 2 runs driven in, and he's walked a couple of times. And there's a high fly ball to left field, and going back is Vasas. Groen lets him have it, and there's one out. A lot of balls hit in the air here tonight.
Second baseman, Russell.
Now Cash Russell, the second baseman. Single to lead off the game. We're in the third inning and the lights are on, but the sun is still definitely out. Curveball to Russell. He hits it deep to center field, but Mason Dossett is so fast he has no trouble. Easy play for Mason Dossett. And it's so great to see him back in the lineup. I mean, I have never seen anybody run so hard into a wall under his own power. And that happened in Game 1 against Seven Lakes. And this is the first time that Mason's gotten back into the lineup. Now it's Jace Laviolette. Gradisar brings it. Bounces it in. This young man really is a very impressive-looking ball player. Lined out to center in his first trip to the plate. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball, and he just foul-tipped it right back into the screen, right below our broadcast headquarters. Wears those navy blue socks high. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball towards second. Stevens backhands it, gathers it, throws over to Vlasic. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. In fact, let's see, 6, 7, 8. 8 straight retired by Kellen Gradisar of Ridge Point. We'll go to the bottom of the third and be back. No score.
Garrett Boyd Orthodontics, Houston Grass Company.
First Tire and Automotive, serving Fort Bend County drivers for over 20 years, salutes and congratulates the graduating class of 2022. Wherever the road takes you, you can be sure that you'll need professional auto care along the way. First Tire and Automotive's 4 locations throughout Fort Bend County are the perfect pit stops for all of your auto repair and maintenance needs. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for great savings. The First Tire and Automotive technicians can fix all problems on any make or model. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Up for Ridge Point, the 7, 8, 9 hitters.
Owen Ferris.
Nobody has reached base yet against Trevor Esparza of Tompkins. And you wonder, can a Fort Bend ISD team win a state championship this year? Well, a couple already have, and they're both from Thurgood Marshall High School. The boys and girls teams, both state track and field champions. And we'll name all their great participants during the next inning and a half. Owen Ferris is looking to get hot in the playoffs. Esparza starts him with a curveball down and away. Now, one thing that I am waiting on, I have the proper pronunciation, but I have to practice it during commercial breaks to pronounce the name of the girls' track and field coach. Deep drive to center field. Laviolette going back and makes the catch over his shoulder. And Ferris gave it a ride, but the wind, even though we don't feel too strong of a wind here behind home plate, it must be pretty high up near the tops of the light standards.
Will Baker.
Now Will Baker, little brother of Jack, who was a legendary player on that 2019 team that went to the state finals. Will is hitting 404 postseason starts, left-handed DH. In the first pitch, tails away outside for a ball. He's 4 for 10. He's driven in 2 runs. And no strikeouts for Will Baker. Lefty hitter against Esparza. Esparza still standing in sunlight. Right-hander brings it. That's on the outside corner, 1-1. Baker, the DH, batting in place of starting pitcher Kellen Gradisar, and both pitchers have been amazing. Baker takes one up and in, and it's 2-1.
Don't chase it, babe. Let's go.
Esparza bounces around a little bit, brings the 2-1. And there's a fly ball to right field. It's going to hang up a very strong wind out there. And an easy catch made by Tyler Brownlee in his first chance. 2 away and the base is empty. And how about a hand for Mason Dawson?
Center fielder number 15, Mason Dawson. Let's go, Mace.
You know, when he ran into that wall, we were thinking he might not be playing in the playoffs at all, no matter how far Ridge Point goes. Upstairs for a ball. And by the way, in that one at-bat that he had against Seven Lakes in Game 1, he got a hit. But he also got picked off of first base. Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0 on Dossett, who is an outstanding base-stealing artist. He also drew a walk in that game against Seven Lakes before he ran into the wall in the 6th inning. Here's the 2-0, and that hit him. Mason Dossett is on. First base runner allowed by Trevor Esparza. Now Zion Stevens stands in.
Second baseman, Zion Stevens.
Stevens has drawn 4 walks in the postseason, and he leads the team in that category. So his on-base percentage is not bad, but he wants to get his hit total up, and he's a real base-stealing threat when he can get on. 2 outs, Dossett at first. Stevens is ready, but first there's a throw over, and Dossett dives back in. Esparza looks over there, brings it to Stevens, and it's outside, bounces in. West keeps it in front. 1-0 on Zion Stevens. Coach Clinton Welch, in the 8 years as a head coach, he doesn't have a win total on the TexasHighSchoolBaseball.com website, which has nearly everything else. Esparza steps off, by the way. They do say that Coach Humphreys of Tompkins has 262 career wins. Here's the 1-0. Outside corner, strike with a fastball from Esparza. Stevens stepping out of the box to try and break up Esparza's rhythm. He's been able to dispose of a lot of hitters very quickly. There's a throw over, and Vossett dives back in with the Big oven mitt on the right hand. And that was a fairly close play as Jack Little, the first baseman, keeps a foot on the bag to hold him on. Esparza looks over there twice. Brings the 1-1. There goes the runner. And it's fouled out of play on the right side, and Dossett will have to return to first. So Coach Humphreys, 9 years as a head baseball coach. His assistants are Shane Weston, David Gonzalez, and Ben Young. And Coach Welch's assistants are Michael Dutka, Matt Foster, and Donald Allen. Don't worry, Marshall track and field athletes, I haven't forgotten about you. I would do it between innings, but the music's too loud. There goes Dossett. Pitches outside, and the throw gets him. And a great job on that play by the second baseman, Russell. West's throw kind of tailed off toward the first base side. They place second with another season personal best. Cecily Williams added a point to the score in her 400-meter performance. The Lady Buffs had that championship secured. They didn't even have to run the 4x400. But the job had to be finished, and they finished third. So congratulations to their head coach, Shahira Himwai. Great job, and we'll tell you about the boys when we get a chance. Gradisar brings a curveball to start off the Tompkins half of the fourth inning. By the way, Zion Stevens will lead off when Ridgepoint bats again. Now the 0-1 to Little, and it's a little one-hopper over to Parker Martin. Easy play for him. And the sun is not completely down, but it's gone behind some thin, wispy clouds over there, and so Parker Martin didn't have to look up into the sun at all to make that play. So it goes 5-3, one out. Still no score. Top of the fourth, Tompkins and Ridgepoint. And now Drew Markle, who flied out to left field his first time. Gradisar rocks and brings it. Showing bunt, taking a strike on the outside corner is Drew Markle. Gradisar working quickly, brings a curve right down the middle, and it's 0-2. Now that things have cooled off as the sun goes down, I think he can get a little bit better grip and put a sharper break on those pitches he wants to move right at the end. Oh, that was close with the fastball. He just missed the outside edge, and it's 1-2. Okay, I can turn up the crowd mic again. I wanted to make sure you heard all those names of the Marshall girls who are in the track and field program. There's a curveball that just misses by an inch or two, and it's now 2-2 to Drew Markle. Here it comes. Off the end of the bat and fouled out of play to the right. Hi, Mr. Gaines. Of the old guard, he's my favorite assistant principal at Ridgepoint, but Gerald Smith, who might be related to me, he's of the younger guard. He's my favorite. Outside for ball 3, and now the count goes full on Drew Markle. Gradisar hasn't walked anybody. Here comes the 3-2. Line toward Vossas, backhands it on one short hop, bounces the throw in, and it gets past Vlasic. And that's going to enable Markle to get to second. The throw arrives late. So that's going to be a base hit, but a throwing error on Vossas. So one out and a runner in scoring position for Tompkins, as we'll see Ty Dagley. By the way, those Marshall track and field boys, Christopher Brinkley, Arvion Davis, Troy Dixon, Gerard Holmes, Jonathan Howard, William Mitchell, Michael Patterson, Mason Roseborough. I hope I'm saying that right, Mason. Jayadrian Wortham and Cameron Williams. Left-handed hitting Ty Dagley stands in. Breaking ball, strike one from Gradisar of Ridgepoint. We've got no score, top of the fourth, but Tompkins threatening with one out and a runner at second. That's Drew Markle. We'll tell you exactly how the Buffs boys won their State Track and Field Championship. Here's the 0-1. Curveball outside. So Arvion Davis got third and Christopher Brinkley got fourth in the 110-meter hurdles. And that's just a tease. I'll tell you the rest soon. Dagley digging in. Hits it high to right field. Back is Ferris. That'll hang up in the wind. He makes the catch. And there's the tag by Markle trying to advance to third, and the throw gets there about a split second too late. And he's in there at third base, but there are 2 outs. Now catcher Landon West, who grounded out to the third baseman Parker Martin when he came up to lead off the second. Gradisar wiping his pitching hand on the side of his uniform pants. Keeping that hand dry, but it is very comfortable. The temperature went down 2 degrees within the first 2 innings. Breaking ball, strike at the knees. .82 very comfortable degrees in Missouri City. Gradisar with his jersey sleeves flapping in the wind. Throws the 0-1 and it's on the outside edge. 0-2. Ridgepoint fans would love a strikeout. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball down and away. Gradisar steps to the back of the mound for a moment. Now gets back up there. Landon West ready for the 1-2. Oh, just high or just outside or maybe both. Yeah, it did look like a pretty good pitch. Two and two in a scoreless game, 2 out, top of the 4th. Gradisar going from the windup, brings it, and there's a base hit right into center field for the first Tompkins run. Landon West drives home Drew Markle. But this Tompkins lineup is very, very powerful indeed.
For Tompkins now running at first base, Judson Collier. Now batting third baseman Benavidez.
So there's Landon West with his 3rd RBI of the postseason. And now Adam Benavidez grounded out to shortstop his first time. There's a throw over, and we've got a courtesy runner for Landon West, and that runner is Judson Collier. Collier is 0 for 1 stealing bases in the postseason, and he takes a short lead over there. Gradisar brings it. Curveball, strike at the knees. That was a big, nasty hook, and Adam Benavidez was wise just to leave it alone. They play him very slightly to pull, but before we see the 0-1 pitch, there's a throw over, and Collier dives back in. Benavidez 3 for 11, make it 3 for 12 in the postseason thus far. Here's a ground ball, and Stevens started to move towards second, and the ball goes into right field. The second baseman for Ridgepoint was moving over towards second because he felt like Collier was going to break. And he did take a couple of steps, and so the ball, unfortunately for Ridgepoint, went right where Stevens had been. Single for Benavidez. That moves Collier over to second. Still 2 outs, and now it is Cooper Markle. He lined out to third base his first time. Lefty hitter. Gradisar starts him with a curve, and he golfs it. Shortstop Vasas going out. He's got it about 30 feet out into the outfield grass. And so Ridgepoint is down 1-0 now, but nice job pitching out of trouble by Gradisar. And it'll be Stevens, top of the order, because he was in the batter's box when one of his teammates was caught stealing in the bottom of the third. We'll be back and tell you more about the Marshall track and field team.
Coming in at 5'3", it's number one mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3-for-1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
All right, so those Marshall Buffs got the highest spot on the podium, winning the gold medal in the 4x200 with a U.S. number 2 time. And by the way, their head coach, Lloyd Banks, there's really nobody that does it better than Coach Banks. He's just awesome. This ain't his first rodeo, nowhere near his first state championship. I think he's lost count by now. So anyway, the Marshall Buffs boys continued to add points. They had their great hurdlers, Christopher Brinkley and Arvion Davis, 3rd and 4th in the 300 hurdles. Then Gerard Holmes in the 200 got 4th. Adrian Wortham, whom you've probably heard about on the football field, he finished 7th in the long jump, and he's the only male long jumper for Marshall to ever compete at the state meet. And the Buffs topped it off with a gold medal finish in the 4x400, running a U.S. number 11 times, and it was just amazing what Marshall did. So congratulations to Coach Shahira Ahimwai and also Lloyd Banks. Now Zion Stevens, who flied out to left field in his first plate appearance, did get into the batter's box in the 3rd, but Dossett was caught stealing. Esparza brings the 0-1. He fights it off, fisted on top of the Jamie Cook batting cage at Ridge Point, and it's 0-2 on Stevens. He looks down at Coach Welch in the third base box. As the twilight continues to fall here at Siena, it's 1-0. Tompkins on top, bottom of the 4th. And Esparza either stepped off or Zion's asked Stevens. Zion Williams. No, he's not Zion Williams. He would have a much bigger strike zone if he was. He's Zion Stevens. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. Tied him up inside. And that is the first strikeout for Esparza. I mean, he usually strikes out a lot of guys, but that's the first one. One away for Parker Martin, who grounded out to second his first time.
Martin.
All right, so more of the natural sound. Esparza keeps his right foot on the first base end of the rubber, and kind of his left foot is downhill. There's a hard ground ball to first base. Easy play for Little, takes it himself. Quickly 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. Now Vasas, who has really led the way offensively throughout this playoff season for Ridge Point. He might be the man to get things rolling, but easier said than done against Esparza. So his left foot, Esparza's left foot, is kind of down the pitcher's mound on the first base side. So it's an inch or two lower than his right foot. And the first pitch to Vasas is a fastball strike on the outside corner. Just in line to the shortstop, Drew Markle, his first time up. Esparza nods his head, Rocks in, fires. Outside corner strike, 0-2 on Vossas. Esparza likes to work very quickly. Here's the 0-2, way outside. Ridgepoint fans really wanting to see Justin make something happen. Here's the 1-2, breaking ball away. Esparza took 3 steps toward the dugout, but because the home plate umpire is calling the rule book strike zone like he should, that was not a strike, and he called it appropriately. 2-2. Esparza shakes off a sign. Pitch on the way. Upstairs, and it's 3-2. Esparza has faced the minimum. The one guy that he got on was a hit by pitch. There's a fly ball towards center. Laviolette calling everyone off. Easy play by Jace. And we've played 4 innings, and the Ridgepoint Panthers are trailing Tompkins by a score of 1-0 in Game 1 of this playoff series. You're listening to VypeFortBend.com. We'll be right back.
Your home for Fort Bend County sports.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn with Horn Solutions. We agree with energy analysts that the energy market has stabilized. We anticipate significant merger and acquisition activity. Good resources are scarce. Horn Solutions is positioned to assist you in accounting, finance, IT, and supply chain. Our staff can assist you with outsourcing, or we can supply you with resources to join your staff. Visit hornsolutions.net for details.
Gary Horn is a highly successful businessman who has made a huge impact in people's lives, and he loves what he does for a living. That's a big reason why Gary Horn and Horn Solutions support Get a Great Gig. Get a Great Gig is a free job search consultation service that will help you find a job you love, whether it's to make more money or get personal fulfillment in the career of your choice. Email them at getagreatgig@gmail.com or on Twitter at getgreatgigs.
So let's talk about common opponents. Tompkins played Cy Woods in the pre-district season. They beat them once, and Ridgepoint lost its season opener way back on February 24th to Cy Woods. George Ranch, Tompkins played them once and beat them, and Ridgepoint beat George Ranch twice in District 26A play.
Top of the 5th for Tompkins, right fielder Brownlee.
Tompkins beat their district rivals Katy Taylor twice, and of course the Mustangs are still alive in the playoffs. And Ridgepoint beat Katy Taylor on February the 25th. Gradisar starting the top of the 5th inning with a pitch that's in there for a strike at the knees to Tyler Brownlee. He popped up to short his first time. Gradisar looks over the top of his glove, brings the 0-1. Big breaking ball, stays up. And it's 1-1. So Ridgepoint beat Seven Lakes 2 out of 3 in the playoff series, and Tompkins beat the Spartans twice in district play. There's a ground ball up the middle behind second. Vossas can't get it. He does have it hit his abdomen, but he couldn't gather it in, and I don't think he was going to throw out Brownlee anyway. The ball hit the mound, and it slowed it up a little bit. So that's just a tough luck single. It's the 6th hit allowed by Gradisar, but he's scattered all those hits. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Tompkins, and for Ridgepoint, no runs on no hits, and they've made 2 errors. Although I don't know that I would judge that last play to be an error, because I really think that Brownlee was going to beat it out. The ball traveled a long way before it got to Vossas. Now Cash Russell, 1 for 2 with a first inning single. Breaking ball down. Blocked nicely by Kennett. It's 1-0. Tyler Brownlee with no stolen base attempts in this postseason. Russell squares to bunt, a little swinging bunt. Gradisar picks it up, underhands it to Vlasic at first. The sacrifice bunt works, and Tyler Brownlee moves over to second base.
Center fielder, Laviolette.
Score that 1-3 for the first out. Now Jace Laviolette, he's 0 for 2. Gradisar steps off before he starts working on this star hitter. Looks back at Brownlee, brings the pitch. Strike on the inner half of the plate, perfectly located by Gradisar, right where Kennett had his mitt. We'll have game 2 for you tomorrow night, 6:40 batter up show, first pitch at 7. Here's the 0-1. Laviolette just nubs it foul on the left side. Gradisar is throwing some pitches that float like a butterfly. Laviolette taps the outer corner of the plate, then the inside corner. He's ready for the 0-2. Gradisar brings it upstairs for a ball. If there's a third game in this series, we will have it for you on Saturday night, 7 o'clock. 3 straight nights, 7 p.m. Here's the 1-2. Downstairs over the plate, but low. The thing about Laviolette is his reputation precedes him, so you get to 2 strikes and then you start trying to nibble at the corners, and if you don't get the call, then you might end up with him having the advantage in the count. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Gradisar gets his first strikeout on Jace Laviolette. And that's the first time we've had the Ridge Point students chanting left, right, left, right. Now Jack Little. He's 1 for 2, singled in the first. Gradisar looking in there at Kennett. Comes set and brings it. Breaking ball, and that's hit to center field. Going to hang up for Dossett. Easy play. So the leadoff single by Tyler Brownlee does not blossom into anything. And we'll continue with the bottom of the 5th on VypeFortBend.com. It is Tompkins 1, Ridge Point nothing.
Coming in at 5'3", it's number 1 mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3-for-1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
We were talking about common opponents for Tompkins and Ridge Point. How about Cinco Ranch? Well, Tompkins beat Cinco Ranch Cougars twice, and Ridge Point beat them once way back on February 24th, the same day that Ridge Point lost to Cy Woods to start the season. Tompkins beat Elkins twice in the playoffs. Once they hammered them 12-0, but in the other game it was 6-2, and the Knights played very well. And Ridgepoint beat Elkins pretty decisively twice. Coming into this game, Tompkins is 11-2 in April and May. Their last loss was in Game 2, Friday of last week against Lamar. Ridgepoint has won 10 of their last 11, starting April the 14th. And the last loss before that, of course, was the Austin Bulldogs. And Seven Lakes beat Ridgepoint in Game 1 of their series, but the Panthers came back to win 2 on Saturday and keep their season going. Last year, what happened? Well, Tompkins.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th for Ridgepoint, first baseman Travis Vlasic.
Last year, Tompkins lost in the 4th round of the playoffs, the Region 3-6A regional semifinal round against Drake Jesuit. And Ridgepoint, in a very bitter loss, a one-gamer in the first round against Cinco Ranch. All right, Ridgepoint trying to get something going. Vlasic ready. Esparza brings one that is way outside, and Travis chased it. Tried to stop his swing, but it's strike one. Grounded out to second his first time. Here's the 0-1. Down and away for a ball. Travis came in hitting .294 in the postseason. Here's the 1-1, way outside, and that time he laid off. 2-1. After Vlasic, it's J.J. Kennett and Carter Groen. Esparza rocks, shakes off a sign, says yes. Here comes the 2-1, and that is lined into right field for a base hit. First hit of the night for the Panthers. These fans have been waiting for something to cheer about, and now they have it. Now J.J. Kennett, his mom is on the staff at Ridgepoint. And let's see, is Ridgepoint going to bring out a courtesy runner? Yes, they are.
Your attention, please, for Ridgepoint.
Blaine Ryan.
First base, number 9, Blaine Ryan.
So Blaine Ryan has speed to burn. He's
now
one for
Ridgepoint catcher J.J. Kennett.
Ryan is 1 for 1 stealing bases in the postseason. And Esparza's been so stingy, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Welch gives the sign to go for it. Kennett flied out to center field his first time. It's taking his time looking down at Coach Welch in the third base box. Righty to righty. But quickly a throw over, and they pick off Blaine Ryan. Oh, my goodness. Ryan doesn't think so, but he's headed for the dugout. And the first hit of the game for Ridgepoint is erased on a beautiful pickoff throw. Esparza just made a perfect throw, and now Kennett hits one in fair territory down the right field line. Actually, it's about 6 feet foul as it's gloved by the first baseman Little. Oh, what an opportunity missed. You don't want to be sailing down a river of regret.
Left fielder Carter Groen.
Now Carter Groen stands in. He's got home run power. But the bases are empty. The wind is such that I think if he really pulled it down the left field line and kept it fair, it might have a chance to get out. But of course, you got to make the big swing against Esparza, which is not an easy task. Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Good hitters count for Groen. They're trying to distract Esparza. Check swing, and it's fouled back. Groen wishes he had not pulled the trigger on that one. It was off his fist's foul. He steps out, now back in. Here's the 2-1. And that is a check swing, and it's off the bat handle and over, ricocheting off the front of the Ridge Point dugout on the first base side. The count's even 2-2. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Tompkins leads it 1-0. Ridge Point got their only hit during this inning, but Blaine Ryan was picked off after the single by Travis Vlasic. 2-2, and he golfs it into foul territory on the right side. Long run for Little, and he climbs up the fence outside the Ridge Point bullpen. Ridge Point's only first-round loss under Coach Welch was last year. So they've made the playoffs each year from 2015 to 2019. And, of course, there were no playoffs in 2020. And here we are in 2022. 2-2 to Groen. Swings and misses, and West digs it out of the dirt, tags Groen, and that'll do it for Ridge Point. So there's been one runner reach base via the hit by pitch, and there has been a single by Ridge Point, but both of those players have been erased, one on a pickoff, one on a caught stealing. All right, we'll be back 1-0 as we go to the sixth. Tompkins on top of Ridge Point.
First Tire and Automotive, serving Fort Bend County drivers for over 20 years, salutes and congratulates the graduating class of 2022. Wherever the road takes you, you can be sure that you'll need professional auto care along the way. First Tire and Automotive's 4 locations throughout Fort Bend County are the perfect pit stops for all of your auto repair and maintenance needs. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for great savings. The First Tire and Automotive technicians can fix all problems on any make or model. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Here's Drew Markle for Tompkins. With 1 out in the 4th, he singled and came around to score the only run. Gradisar starts him with a breaking ball in there for a strike. Okay, so Markle got the single. There was a throwing error by Vasas behind second base and allowed him to get to second, and then Landon West singled him home. The 0-1 pitch right down the middle for strike 2 on Drew Markle. Gradisar brings the 0-2 down and out, and the ball gets underneath Kennett. 2-1. Just trying to get a chase from Drew Markle. Gradisar looks over the top of his glove, now winds and brings the 1-2. Oh, that looked good, but it was outside. Gradisar ready to bring the 2-2, taking his time with this one. Now here it comes. And a little bit low. I think some of the Ridge Point fans think he's getting squeezed. Here's the 3-2. Fly ball to center. Dossett backing up. He'll have no trouble. Got it with one hand.
Left fielder, Dagley.
Now Ty Dagley. Sure have been a lot of fly balls induced by Gradisar as well as Esparza. One out, and now Dagley, who's 0 for 2 with 2 fly ball outs. Same two teams, game 2 tomorrow night. It'll happen at Tompkins. First pitch to Dagley, squares to bunt, pulls the bat back, and it's down for a ball. Gradisar looks over the top of his glove, brings the 1-0. There's a strike. Ridge Point just needing a little something, but so far they only have one hit. Breaking ball hit into foul territory. Parker Martin, long run near the fence, almost got it. It landed within the confines of the fence, and he just could not get his glove underneath it. So everybody's back in place now, and Gradisar will keep working to Ty Dagley. Righty working to lefty. Stirrup socks for Dagley. Here's the 1-2. And there's a soft liner to Stevens at second. Easy catch for him. 2 away now. And up comes the catcher, Landon West, whose RBI single came in the 4th, and it's brought home the only run in this game. Tompkins has out-hit Ridge Point 5-1, and they lead 1-0. Esparza for Tompkins has faced the minimum. First pitch to West, strike.
Now batting the catcher, West.
Gradisar has thrown 75 pitches. Pitch on the way. Golfed out of play on the right. West went after the down and away pitch. We're in the top of the 6th. Tompkins leading it by a score of 1-0, and you'll see highlights from this game on H-Town High School Sports on CW39 at 10:30 Saturday night. And, of course, they rerun that program, powered by Vype and hosted by Todd Freed, several times during the following week on AT&T Sportsnet. The 0-2. West takes outside for a ball. The home plate umpire has been accurate and consistent, and he may be doing the best job of calling balls and strikes of any home plate umpire that I have seen this season. Gradisar brings it. That's a high fly ball to left center field. Could get down, long run. Dossett dives, and he got it! Oh, what a catch by Mason Dossett. That's why he's out there. Ridge Point has 2 more at-bats to go and try and get something going here. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Coming in at 5'3", it's number 1 mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3for1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
You are the and we mean everything. We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
Taking care of business.
We'd like to thank the folks at Office Depot Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land for taking care of business every day so we can bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. More than 120 broadcasted events. And I can't remember what the first one was, although I do have written records on it. It might have been Ridgepoint defeating Tompkins in a volleyball match way back in August. Might have been Tompkins defeating Fulshire, might have been Seven Lakes defeating Fulshire, I don't know. But it's been great. What a year we've had. Thank you so much for supporting your broadcast home for Fort Bend County sports. You almost got to the end of the Fleetwood Mac song. This is awesome.
Leading off the bottom of the sixth for Ridgepoint, right fielder Owen Ferris.
All right, here we go. Maybe some momentum from the great catch by Dossett that ended the top of the sixth, and now Owen Ferris leads off against Esparza, who's been pretty much untouchable. He's faced the minimum. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, strike on the outside corner. Ferris stepping out just to break up the rhythm a bit. Esparza nods and brings it. Swung on and missed. He kind of quick pitched him right there. Nothing wrong with that. 50 pitches only through 5 innings. Only the 1 hit allowed, but only 2 strikeouts for Esparza. Here comes the 0-2. Upstairs for a ball, 1-2. The first base runner for Ridgepoint came in the third. That was Dossett, who was hit by a pitch with 2 outs, but then he was caught stealing after that. Here's the 1-2. High in the air on the infield. This will either be the first baseman or the second baseman. It is Little calling off Russell. Squeezes it, 1 out. It's very late, and you know, night has not completely fallen here.
Will Baker.
Now Will Baker. He's been prodigious with no varsity experience before they threw him into the lineup as the DH in Game 2 in a must-win game against Seven Lakes. He's 0 for 1 tonight. First pitch to him, upstairs to Will. I know his dad is here in the ballpark, and I hope brother Jack is listening. He was on the 2019 team. Here's the 1-0 to the lefty hitting Will Baker. Takes a strike on the outside corner. So this game would have to go into extra innings for Esparza to get tired. He's only thrown the 50 pitches. I guess he's at 50 plus now. Here's the 1-1. That's a strike on the inside corner, and Baker gives a little subtle shake of the head. But that, of course, is of no consequence. 1-2 the count. Esparza brings it. Sliced foul into the darkness on the left side. Biggest crowd we've seen here on the hard scrabble streets of Siena in 2022. Baker ready for a 1-2. Esparza shook off 2 pitches. Now he steps off. And he wants his catcher, West, to go through the routine again. Baker climbs back in. Ready for the 1-2. Esparza nods. Here it comes. Called strike 3, and no doubt about that one, right down the middle. 3rd strikeout for Esparza. 2 outs and the base is clean for Dossett. So the baseball truism is that if you make a great defensive play to end a half inning, if you lead off moments later, then you always get a hit. But I don't know if it's going to work when you're the 3rd hitter to appear. Dossett ready. Looks at a pitch outside. Esparza nods, brings the 1-0. Swung on and missed by Dossett. He blew it by him with the heater. The playoff records of these two coaches, 20-15, a 57% winning percentage for Coach Humphreys prior to this year. That according to Max Preps. 1-1 is down. Good eye by Dossett. By the way, I don't know if those Max Preps numbers are from previous seasons or if they include this year's numbers. Ridgepoint 32-20, a 62% winning percentage for Coach Welch in the playoffs. And Dossett lashes one to left field, and it gets down for a hit. He turns first, and he will hold right there. So a 2-out single by Dossett. He's on for the 2nd time after getting hit by a pitch back in the 3rd, and now it is Zion Stevens. And what better time to bust out?
Second baseman, Zion Stevens.
One thing about Coach Welch, he's very patient when he puts a hitter in the order. He doesn't look at recent trends and make a snap judgment usually. So he wants Stevens in that leadoff spot. And Ridgepoint really needs him to come through and move Dossett along. You got a speedy runner. Hit one to the gap and he might score. Esparza from the stretch. Down and away. Ball 1 to Stevens. Ridgepoint fans have that burning yearning for their team to score at least 1 run. Stevens taking time before getting back into the box. Righty versus righty. Esparza nods. Now a throw over and Dossett dives back in. I might have said earlier that he was picked off. He was not picked off. He was caught stealing when he was retired in the 3rd. Stevens in his crouch, ready for the 1-0. Takes a strike at the belt on the outside corner. The game could be hanging in the balance right here. Esparza looks at Dossett, short lead off of first. Here's the 1-1. And he fouls it back and over the hitting cage onto the football practice field. The count is 1-2. Stevens taking his sweet time. Stepping back, visualizing. Now he's in there, digging in. And now he steps off, and Esparza looking a little bit annoyed on the mound. Stevens, right foot in, left foot, now wiggling the right one. Okay, he's ready for the 1-2. Here it comes. Fouled it straight back. Staying alive, staying alive. Tompkins has played Ridgepoint 3 times in history, and they've won all 3. 2021, 2017, and 2016. All of those games were tournament games in the month of February. They've never played each other in such a meaningful game as right now. Here's the 1-2, way outside. West stops it. Great play by the catcher. And Dossett has to stay right where he is. The count is now 2-2. Tompkins eliminated Kempner in 2018, the last game of the spectacular career of Kempner pitcher Simeon Woods, also known as Simeon Woods Richardson. That was at Stratford, Coach Humphrey's little brother's ballpark. All right, 2-2 to Stevens. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And so ends the 6th inning. It is 1-0. Tompkins leading Ridgepoint. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Coming in at 5'3", it's number 1 mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3-for-1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stabenow with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Tompkins leads 1-0 as we go to the 7th in game 1 of this series. J.J. Kennett with a problem with his right shin guard. He's got to get it buckled up just right before we see the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Adam Benavides, the third baseman, then Cooper Markle and Tyler Brownlee. Gradisar has thrown 82 pitches through 6 innings. And he rocks and fires the first one to Benavides. Breaking ball, just missed the strike zone. It was pretty good. Looked pretty good. But it's 1-0. Benavides is 1 for 2 with a 4th inning single. And now Gradisar steps off. Kennett is asking for a new baseball, and I guess he's not going to get one. Maybe that's what happened. Okay. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. I'm not sure that Gradisar didn't have a string attached to that one. That was your Bugs Bunny. Very, very difficult to hit. The 1-1 on the way. Another breaking ball, down and out. 2-1. Katy Tompkins came into this game ranked second in the state by the Diamond Pro Texas High School Baseball.com 6A Top 25. They had that last poll on May the 2nd. There's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-2. Ridgepoint, number 5 in that final poll of the season on May the 2nd. And, of course, my friend Tim Baugh stops making those polls when the playoffs start. Here's the 2-2. Upstairs, and it's 3-2 on Adam Benavides. Wears his baseball pants kind of bunched near the knees like Altuve does, with the high navy blue socks. Here's the payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Finally, the outside corner generously given to Gradisar. Now it'll be Cooper Markle.
Designated hitter, Markle.
And that is just the second strikeout of the game for Gradisar. Cooper Markle is 0 for 2, lined out to the third baseman Parker Martin, and he popped up to Vasas at short. First pitch is a curveball in there for a strike. The righty Gradisar working to the lefty swinging Cooper Markle. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, caught the inside corner. Markle didn't think so. When Ridgepoint comes up in the 7th, they'll have Parker Martin, Justin Vasas, and Travis Vlasic. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Gradisar. That's his third.
Right fielder, Brownlee.
Tyler Brownlee. Brownlee is 1 for 2. Led off the 5th with a single. Gradisar looks over at the dugout before he steps up onto the rubber. It is 1-0 Tompkins. We're in the 7th. Ridgepoint trying to get to the bottom of the 7th with just the 1-run deficit. Bases clean, 2 outs. Pitch to Brownlee. Down and away for a ball. I don't know what they're saying. Do you? Bianca? Okay. We all know what that means if it's accurate. The 1-0 is outside. I'd like to say hello to my good friend Bianca Montano. I think this will be my last year teaching with her. Here's the 2-0. Brownlee looks at that one upstairs, and Gradisar has gone to a 3-0 count on the number 9 hitter. When you're an out away from getting to the 7th, down no worse than 1-0, you don't want to fall behind like this. And J.J. Kennett, the catcher, goes out there to the mound to talk to Gradisar. Home plate umpire dusting off the dish. And earlier in the game, Gradisar came from down 3-0 to retire a hitter. Takes a big, deep breath and brings the 3-0 in there for a strike. Here comes the 3-1. And it's popped up out of play on the right side just beyond the stands. So Gradisar has fought back to get it to a full count on Brownlee. Gradisar has done beautifully tonight. The only problem is Esparza has pitched a little better. That 3-2 pitch is high and away. Brownlee draws a walk. Now there's going to be a courtesy runner here. Ivan Gomez is going to run for Brownlee.
Katy Tompkins now running at first base, number 15, Ivan Gomez.
And Gomez is 1-for-1 stealing bases in the postseason.
Batting second baseman, Russell.
For Gradisar, that is his first walk. Now Cash Russell. Gradisar has kept the leadoff man under control, and he starts him with a curveball right down the middle. Strike one on Cash Russell. And I said he had kept him under control, but I had forgotten that Russell led off the first inning with a single. He later flied out to center and then put down a sacrifice bunt. Gomez taking a short lead. Here comes the 0-1, swung on and missed. Beautiful changeup by Gradisar. Roger Smith and the producer extraordinaire Rosie Vega is with you. She's the silent partner inside the mothership at Vype World Headquarters. Cash Russell waiting patiently in the right-handed box, or is he? He looks patient, but then he did step out. Now he's back in. Gradisar gets the sign he wants from Kennett. Throw over, and Gomez is back to the bag standing. Gradisar needs to throw one more really good pitch and get to the bottom of the seventh. Breaking ball, there goes the runner, throw down, got him! Beautiful throw by Kennett, and they cut down the runner, Gomez. That's a caught stealing, and we are going to the bottom of the seventh. Ridge Point, last chance. Like I said, it's Parker Martin, Justin Vassas, and Travis Vlasic due when we come back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a fourth generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Texas. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Don't miss the UIL Baseball State Championship starting Wednesday, June 8th at UFCU Disch-Falk Field in Austin and Dell Diamond in Round Rock. Ticket information and more can be found at uiltexas.org. All right, so Trevor Esparza back out there. He's only thrown 69 pitches in his 6 innings, 2 hits allowed, according to scorekeeper Colette Mijales. 4 strikeouts. So, of course, Ridge Point will do anything, and I mean anything, to get somebody on. By the way, I want to congratulate Tim Baugh of Diamond Pro Texas High School Baseball.com. They've done a great job with this poll because of the top 15 teams in the state, only 2 have been eliminated, Cy Fair and Austin Westlake. Everybody else who's in the top 15 still alive. Now Parker Martin. Esparza looks over the top of his glove. Righty working to lefty. Bottom of the 7th in a 1-0 game. First pitch upstairs for a ball. And Ridgepoint fans will make a lot of noise with every single pitch that is not a strike, just to do everything they can to rattle Esparza, who's been pretty much untouchable to this point. Here's a 1-0. That's a hard ground ball to the left of the second baseman, and he makes the throw late. Oh, that is a beautiful, beautiful play. Just awesome job by Cash Russell. His hat flew off, and the flowing hair, it's almost like it's in super slow motion, and it's really not what Ridgepoint wanted to see, but that's out number 1.
Justin Vasos.
All right, Justin Vasos. I believe a 3-game hitting streak coming in, or maybe it's a 4-gamer. But he needs a hit real bad right now. Vlasic on deck, first pitch. Breaking ball upstairs, 1-0. Justin steps back in. Here comes the 1-0. Good rip, but he fouled it straight back, and Vasos is angry because he knows he got something he could have driven. And they wait a moment while Kennett comes and gets the ball that he fouled back. All right, here we go. The 1-1. Foul tip into the mitt of West. The first 2 opponents that Tompkins has faced in these playoffs haven't been able to touch Esparza. Here's the 1-2. Fly ball, short right field. Going out is the second baseman, Russell, but it's going to be the first baseman, Little, who makes the call, and there are 2 outs. Now it's going to be up to Travis Vlasic, and if he can get on, Kennett. Vlasic climbs into the right-handed batter's box.
Vlasic.
Esparza looks just like he did in the first. Brings it, and that is a base hit to center field. First pitch swinging by Travis Vlasic. He is the tying run at first base. I'll bet that Coach Welch will send in one of his fastest runners. And now it'll be up to J.J. Kennett. Wow, that was bold. First pitch swinging with 2 outs and the bases empty. And now Kennett 0 for 2.
Catcher, J.J. Kennett.
I'm not sure if Ridgepoint is in a position. Yes, they are going to send out Jake Stratton, I believe, as a courtesy runner, but I think they need to wait at least 1 pitch here. All right, JJ. How about some dynamite? And it's down the right field line. It is toward the corner. It is down for a hit. And coming around third is Vlasic. He is coming home. The relay, light, and Ridgepoint has tied it. The Panthers have tied it up. They tied it up in the bottom of the 7th on a double by J.J. Kennett down the right field line. The Ridgepoint fans are going wild. And lightning has struck, and it has kept Tompkins from winning this game in regulation 7 innings. And guess who's coming up now? It is Carter Groen with a runner at second. And Jake Stratton will come out of the dugout now to run at second base for Kennett. He drove home the game winner against Westside in game one, but it was just a sacrifice fly, and he walked out of the ballpark looking sad with his dad. I was thinking, come on, Carter. Hey, you won. Anyway, here he is with a chance to drive home the game winner. Well, Ridge Point waited late to provide some fireworks, and now here we go with Carter Groen. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. And Carter Groen asks for time. And he'll do whatever he can do to annoy Esparza. Esparza nods. Looks back at Stratton, now comes home with it. Curveball misses away. 1-0 on Groen. Groen has 2 doubles during the playoffs. We know at the very least we're going to the 8th inning. It's tied 1-1. Here's the 1-0. Curveball in there on the outside corner, and a beauty by Esparza. Well, that's the first run that Esparza has allowed in the playoffs. The seal is broken. Now he gets the sign that he wants. Here's the 1-1. It's a ground ball through the left side and into left field. Here comes Stratton. Here comes the throw. It's going to be off target. Ridge Point wins. Ridge Point wins. A single, 3 straight hits for the Ridge Point Panthers in the bottom of the 7th. 7th inning magic for the Panthers, and they win it 2-1. Carter Groen is the winner with a single that drives home Stratton from second. And Ridge Point captures game 1, and it looked for a while like they had no chance whatsoever to get that done.
2-1 in the bottom of the 7th.
Oh my goodness. You just can't beat that. All right, we'll be back with the totals when we return.
Provides the most advanced form of acoustic wave therapy designed.
Coming in at 5'3", it's number 1 mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3-for-1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stabenow with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
First Iron Automotive, serving Fort Bend County drivers for over 20 years, salutes and congratulates the graduating class of 2022. Wherever the road takes you, you can be sure that you'll need professional auto care along the way. First Iron Automotive's 4 locations throughout Fort Bend County are the perfect pit stops for all of your auto repair and maintenance needs. Check out the website firstironauto.com for great savings. The First Iron Automotive technicians can fix all problems on any make or model. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. branch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireAndAuto.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most respected broadcast and live stream networks in the state of Texas. Vype Live broadcasts any sport you can think of for youngsters of any age, from Pee Wee and Pop Warner to high school, club, college, semi-pro, and beyond. We also broadcast plenty of academic, fine arts, and community-related events as well, and now as partners with Flow Sports. Email us at info@vypemedia.com to find out more. Vype Live. We bring your teams to you.
Well, folks, what we witnessed here tonight at Siena was something that just really hasn't happened to Tompkins much this season. They did have the 2 losses coming in, but you had Esparza on the mound. What a magnificent game he pitched. He ends up being the losing pitcher, throwing 6 2/3 innings. He gave up 5 hits, but 3 of them came in the bottom of the 7th. It was one of those lightning-type things. So Ridgepoint wins it with 2 runs on 5 hits. They made 3 errors in the game. Tompkins, 1 run on 4 hits. And here's how Tompkins got its offense. They had been held down by Gradisar, who faced 1 over the minimum, or make that 2 over the minimum through 3 innings. No, I'm sorry. That's not correct. My bad on that one. So he had kept them off the scoreboard through the first 3 innings, and then Jack Little came up and led off the 4th, and he grounded out. And then Drew Markle got a single, and Vossas had a throwing error that allowed him to stretch that to second base. So he was in scoring position, and Landon West got a single after that to drive home the only run of the game for Tompkins. Right after that, Adam Benavides also got a single, but Kellen Gradisar, the pitcher for Ridgepoint, was able to strand those 2 runners, and so he got out of the 4th with no worse than 1 run coming across. And for Ridgepoint, they were really getting carved up, absolutely carved up by Esparza, because through 4 innings he had faced the minimum. There was 1 incident where a guy was hit by a pitch. Actually, it was through 5 innings he faced the minimum. So in the 3rd, a batter was hit by a pitch. That was Mason Dossett, but he was thrown out trying to steal second. And then in the 5th inning, Vlasic led off with a single, but he was picked off of first base. So Ridgepoint basically had nothing to show for what they did in the first 6 innings. In the 6th inning, when they came up, they had a pop-up by Ferris. Will Baker struck out. Dossett got a single, but they weren't able to move him as Stevens struck out to end the 6th. So when they came up, it was their last chance. And the first 2 men were out. Parker Martin and Justin Vossas were out, but then Vlasic got a single, and then he was replaced. Well, actually, Vlasic did run for himself. Then Kennett hit the double that drove home Vlasic, and that tied it up at 1-all. And then came Carter Groen with the base hit to the outfield, and running for Kennett was Jake Stratton. He came around 3rd, and the throw was offline. I had a perfect angle to tell you that there was no way that the throw was going to get him. And all of a sudden, Ridgepoint, after doing practically nothing offensively for 6 2/3 innings, was able to make something happen. What an exciting victory this is. But, of course, you got to win 2 to advance in a best-of-3 series. So we'll have it for you tomorrow night at 6:40 p.m. We will come to you from Tompkins High School with the Batter Up Show at 6:40 p.m. The winning pitcher ends up being Kellen Gradisar. You know, good things come to those who wait. So for Rosie Bega, Merle Bertrand, Suna Venkat, everyone who's been a part of this one, we thank you for being with us. It was very exciting. Can't guarantee that games 2 and/or 3 will be as exciting as this one. But good night from Siena, where our final score is Ridgepoint winning it in 2 in the regulation 7 innings, 2-1 over Tompkins. We'll join you at 6:40 p.m. on Friday night. Goodbye and God bless.